Namaskar and Adab to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan. Once more with you from your very own channel Astro Assurance. We have been doing the planets place in different houses in the Navamsa, in your D9 chart, and we are also doing the series of different signs in the Navamsa. We have already done how the Aries signs placement in different houses in the Navamsa in your D9 chart will turn out different manifestations for you, different probabilities for you, because the Navamsa, the D9 chart, is the highest, the finest manifestations of different areas of your life, different probabilities or higher probabilities that the zodiac gives to you. So today we will see how the placement of the Taurus sign, the very materialistic, the bull-headed sign of Taurus, will give you different manifestation of the different areas of the D9 chart, is the Navamsa chart, because the houses meaning in the Navamsa is slightly different from the houses meaning in the D1 chart, in the Lagna chart. Why? Because the Navamsa is more about relationships, connections, partnerships, bonds, and also your ability to create balance in your relationships, in your connections, in your partnerships, in your bonds. So how the Taurus energy, the materialistic denotation, the bull-headedness, the strong willpower, but the patience, the ease of Taurus energy will be able to give you different results from the different higher manifestation of the higher probabilities in the Navamsa chart, in the D9 chart. Let's get into that. Now, when the Taurus sign gets into the first house in the Navamsa chart, what does this mean? Now, the Navamsa has the strongest manifestation of different results for us. So, the first house in the Navamsa is more about how you are able to use your ability to connect with people, create strong partnership, strong bonds, strong balance, and through that be able to get the best results from the first house, the Lagna in the Navamsa. The Lagna in the Navamsa is all about how you are able to use your ability, especially with the Taurus energies, of reliability, the patience, the perseverance, and through that able to get the highest manifestation of different areas of life that the first house represents. So your ability to create wealth, name, fame, health, have a certain dignity in society, have a certain standing in society, which the first house of the Navamsa represents, will all be related to the overall manifestation, overall energies of Taurus, which is how persistent you are, how enduring you are to be able to get those results, how grounded you are to be able to get those results, and through your reliability, through your faithfulness and obedience, how through that you will be able to get a better status in society, better results in society, higher dignity, higher name and fame. And if you are able to be true to the manifestation of the Taurus energies of creating strong bonds, strong relationships, then in various areas of life which the Lagna represents. So in various areas of life, when you want to get better name, when you want to get better fame, when you want to have a better standing in society, when you want to have better health, when you want to have a strong partnership, a strong marital relationship, in all these areas you will have to be, or the zodiac gives you the higher probability of being more steadfast, being somebody who is very bull-headed, somebody who has strong principles and values, and who will endure. And if you are able to keep that, if you are able to keep those partnerships, make those strong bonds, then all kinds of wealth, good health, good property, good name, fame, and all material results will come to you, because the Taurus energy is more about material wealth. Also the liquid wealth, a lot of money in the bank will also come to you, apart from dignity, name, fame, a good standing in society, if you are able to keep true to the energies of Taurus energies, which is about being patient, being grounded, being very reliable, not being change oriented very easily, and also at the same time you will be somebody who is very dependable. If you are able to do that, then the zodiac will also allow you to be able to be self-indulgent and get all the material results, the nourishment, higher nourishment that you also want, various areas of your life. That is the meaning of the Taurus energies in the first house in the D9 chart, in the Navamsa chart. Now, what is the second house of the D9 chart, of the Navamsa chart? The second house of the Navamsa is about your ability or higher probability to make accumulated wealth. liquid wealth. This could also be your ability to purchase property, purchase different conveniences of life through the liquid wealth. So when Taurus goes into the second house in your Navamsa, it gives you a higher chance of making more liquid wealth, because Taurus is the sign of materialistic denotation, materialistic attractions, materialistic results, and the second house is about materialistic results, higher liquid wealth, accumulated wealth. This can also make you somebody who will get a lot of nourishment, which means this will not be somebody, the results will be that you will not go hungry, or you will get good nourishment, you will be better off in terms of your food, the kind of food you eat, the kind of food or nourishment indulgence that you have, and this will also give you better materialistic gains also and materialistic results also in life, especially if you're true to the Taurus energies of being more patient, being more grounded, more persistent in your ability to create connections, which the Navamsa represents, the relations, the partnerships you are able to make with people on a day-to-day basis. Now the Navamsa is not only about your marriage, your relationship with your partner, but it's also about different kinds of bonds, different kinds of partnerships you are able to make, different kinds of connections you are able to make. So if you are able to make those connections with a lot of patience, you endure in the connection, you are more grounded in your partnerships, in your relationship, not only with your better half but at work, especially wherever your income is coming in, wherever your remuneration is coming in, wherever your earning is coming in, wherever your business results are coming in. If you are able to do that, then Taurus sign going into the second house in the Navamsa promises you higher probability of making a lot of gains, a lot of liquid wealth coming to you, money being in the bank, or also getting high nourishment. This is almost a given to you if you are true to the nature of the Taurus sign energies and the ability to make those strong relations and connections which the Navamsa represents. Now, if the third house has the Taurus sign energies in your Navamsa chart, which means Taurus sign energies or Taurus sign is in the third house. The third house in your Navamsa chart is slightly different from the manifestation in your D1 chart, in your Lagna chart. The third house is about how you will be able to use your effort, your courage in making higher wealth connected to the third house, and higher probability of the zodiac giving you that wealth, that resource, that output, those results. So now when the Taurus sign energies goes into the third house, it is about how you will be able to use your steadfastness, your being very reliable, to be at somebody who is very at ease, very enduring in your ability to form communication, strong bonds through your communications, because the Navamsa is about communications connected to bonds when you're connecting the Taurus sign energies with the third house. So because the Navamsa is about relations, connections, bonds, partnerships, so the zodiac expects, now because the Taurus sign energy has gone into the third house, how you are able to create strong bonds through your effort, through your ability to influence people, through your communication, and through that you will make material results. Through that you will be able to get better results. Through that you will also be able to influence people. You will be able to communicate with people. So here the zodiac gives you an ability to be more sophisticated in your communication, to have a strong rich communication, and through your ability to influence people by coming across as somebody who is very persistent, yet patient, very reliable, and somebody who is very dependable in the connections, in your partnership, in your ability to connect with people. So these relationships, these partnerships that you're able to connect or create because of your ability to influence people, be able to work with people and work hard in establishing those bonds, through that your communication will give you high gains, will give you a lot of ability to influence people, and this is a very, very strong placement where you will be able to influence a number of people. You will be able to convince a number of people through your ability to both work on your communication skills and yet be somebody who is very grounded, very patient, and very, very reliable, that the Taurus sign energies represent. So if you are able to do that, then the zodiac is almost promising you high materialistic gains, high nourishment gains, high ability to be able to make the strong bonds, because of which a lot of good results will come to you over a period of time, strongly connected to your communication, strongly connected to your effort and your hard work that you're putting in, along with the Taurus energies of being somebody who is very patient, very reliable, but very, very steadfast based on your relationship, based on the bond that you create. Now, if the Taurus sign goes into the 4th house in your Navamsa chart, so what is the Navamsa about? Navamsa is about strongest manifestation of results that you get through your ability to connect, through your ability to create relations, through your ability to be able to create strong bonds. So, if you are able to do that, then the manifestation, the highest manifestation, the finest manifestation of the 4th house, where you are able to make a lot of properties, landed property, make a lot of conveniences, all that is given to you. However, the 4th house, especially in your Navamsa chart, is also about your domestic happiness, which you will be able to create through the ability to create strong relations, strong bonds with your better half, and in your family, with your children, anybody and everybody who lives in the same house with you, maybe parents, maybe even siblings. So, based on how strong connections you are able to make, how strong bonds you are able to make, what kind of balance you are able to keep in your relations, in your domestic life, then the zodiac is promising you that if you are able to do that with the Taurus sign energies of being very patient in your relationship, being very persistent to get good results, being somebody who is very dependable, very faithful, and somebody who is keeping the perseverance rather than being very easily flustered in your relation, in your domestic life, then the stronger relations of the 4th house energies, both better peace, more love, more harmony, better results, better relations with everybody in the family, and strong assets will also come to you over a period of time, as long as you are true to the energies of the Taurus sign energies, as well as your ability to create strong relations and bonds with the Navamsa represents. So, if you are able to do that, and if you are able to balance that, then the zodiac is promising you a lot of assets, a lot of properties, a lot of good results, a lot of love, harmony, and peace and tranquility in your domestic life at home. Now, when the Taurus sign energies goes into the 5th house in your Navamsa chart, in your D9 chart, what is the 5th house in your D9 chart about? The 5th house in your D9 chart is about the results that you get from your Purva Punya, the good results that you are carrying forward to the good karma that you have done, as well as all the good material results of the 5th house that you can get connected to relations, bonds, strong relations that you are able to make not only with your better half, but also all the relations that you are getting connected with the 5th house. So, if you are able to make strong bonds, partnerships connected to the 5th house, which is about starting with your romantic relationships, starting with also those people who you are getting connected through a change in your work, or through business, or doing something which is connected to what you like to do, what you love to do. For example, converting your hobbies, converting what you like to do into some career, into some business, for example, or doing it on your own also, being also somebody who is also managing your own affairs, for example, doing your own business. Then strong results will come to you if you are keeping the energy of patience, which the Taurus sign represents, along with being somebody who is very grounded, very humble, very enduring, and persevering in the hard work that you need to put into the 5th house. Then the 5th house gains will come to you, and the Purva Punya will also manifest strongly to you. So you may be, if you are dependable in your romantic relations, and you're more patient with your romantic partner, and you're more dependable, you're more faithful, then the material results will also come to you, not only in your romantic relationship, your romantic relationship may also be more successful also, but better material results will also come to you, better sensual, intimacy related results may also come to you. Plus, because the 5th house is also about change in your career, then if you're steadfast in your work, in your career, then when you make the change, or when you're desiring the change, though Taurus is a little reserved, not so wanting quickly to jump into change, but whenever you want to do that, and if you're doing it with a lot of grounded energies, but of course with an eye of material result, then the zodiac gives you the material results. As long as you're honoring the bonds, as long as you're honoring the relations, as long as you're honoring the connections that you're building, in the way the 5th house is getting connected through romance or change in your job, or also doing something of your own. If you are able to do that, then the best results of the 5th house of strong gains from your education, strong results from your material, strong results from your romantic relations, strong results in changing your job will also come to you, built over a period of time, if you are true to both the Taurus energies as well as building relations, strong connections, strong bonds, which the Navamsa represents. Now, if the Taurus sign goes into the 6th house in your Navamsa, this is slightly different energies of the 6th house from your D1 chart of the Lagna chart. The 6th house on the Navamsa is more about the stronger challenges that you get from the karma that you are carrying, the negative debts that you are carrying, the karmic debts that you are carrying. So here there is going to be a battle for resources, there's going to be competition for resources, for success to go ahead, and there may also be challenges on the way from hidden enemies also. You have to face more jealousy, more greed also, and maybe stronger manifestation of illnesses connected to what kind of resources you're chasing, or what kind of resources that you're putting it into your stomach through your ability, or through what nourishment you're getting, what nutrition you're chasing. So the 6th house, if it has Taurus energies, this can also create challenges to you from on the food front, because if you are more indulgent, which sometimes you can become, if Taurus sign energy goes into the 6th house, then there may be a lot of challenges which you are creating through your ability not to be able to control or be able to create the balance, because the Navamsa is about balance, but also your ability to how you connect with people, connect with resources, connect with areas of the house that the Taurus sign energies go. So here you need to keep a balance not only in your nutrition, in your food, but also in your relationships connected to the 6th house, because the 6th house is also about inimical colleagues, people who are working behind your back. Some of them may be in your team. So how you are able to overcome their jealousy, how you are able to overcome their greed, how you are able to overcome their competition, through your ability to make strong connections with them, through strong bonds that you are able to make with them, and strong loyalty based connection that you are able to make with them. So if you're working on the strong bonds with your team members, people who work below you, or those people who may want to have an upper hand on you at work, then the 6th house energies, especially having Taurus, means you need to be more patient, you need to work on them, and you need to be very bullheaded to be able to overcome competition, but also with the principles and values which Taurus sign represents. And if you are able to do that, then in your service, in your job, in your career, you get a lot of materialistic results. You may get very good results, and you may be able to score over competition. Though because of Taurus having slow energies, this may take time, but because of your being very strong, will-powered, bull-headed, you will be able to overcome all kinds of challenges, all kinds of issues of the 6th house over a period of time. As long as you do these things, you are able to control your greed for nourishment, food, or the greed for money, material results, doing away with your principles and values. But if you are able to control that, and if you are able to make strong bonds, have strong connections, strong teamwork, then the zodiac almost promises you to get the best results out of your job, get best results of your service, get best results out of your career as well. So be true to those energies and enjoy the material results that the zodiac will get you if you have Taurus sign energies in the 6th house. If the Taurus sign goes into the 7th house in your Navamsa chart, in your D9 chart. Now what is the 7th house in your Navamsa chart, in your D9 chart? This is slightly different from the 7th house of your D1 chart, of your Lagna chart. The 7th house of your Lagna chart represents all sorts of life, all sorts of partnerships, all sorts of connections that you do, and your connections on a day-to-day basis with everyone. On the other hand, the 7th house of your Navamsa represents the wealth that you create in your partnership, through the bonds you are able to create, through the strong connections you are able to make, through the strong teamwork that you are able to do, and through that making a lot of wealth, getting a lot of nourishment of the 7th house, getting a lot of strong bonds, partnership, both in your marital relationship and partnership with others, partnership with team, partnership in business also. And through this you will be able to create not only wealth for yourself, but a lot of material wealth for your partner, maybe your marital partner, also maybe partners or team that you're working with connected to your work also. This is also how others see you in your day-to-day connections. So do people see you as somebody who's very relationship oriented, very strong bond oriented, very strong connection oriented? Can people see you as somebody who believes in connections, believes in partnership? And if you're true to the Taurus energies of being very patient in your relationship, being very patient how you work with people on a day-to-day basis, how reliable you are, how enduring you are in your partnership, in your marital relationship, being more grounded, then a lot of sensual results will also come to you of the 7th house. You may indulge in a lot of love, intimacy, and also the desire for the partner, but lot of material results will also come to you in your partnership through your teamwork and your ability to work with people, create balance with people and get the best results of both the material results of the 7th house related to partnership and also the material results of Taurus based on how you are approaching the network, approaching the connection, approaching the relation through patience, through the bull-headed energy and also the strong willpower that the Taurus sign represents. Now, if the Taurus sign energies go into the 8th house in your Navamsa chart, the Navamsa 8th house is more about the longevity of the partnership, longevity of the relationship, longevity of the connection. So, how long will your partnership last? How long will your connection last? How long will your bonds last? How long will you be able to work with a certain team and be able to persevere with it? Be very patient with it because Taurus sign energies are going into the 8th house. So, as long as you are very reserved, very grounded, very humble, very patient, very enduring, very persevering in your ability to create relationship, in your connections with people, you are able to keep the patience, be able to keep the connection, be able to persevere in that even against odds, challenges, problems which the 8th house throws at you. If you are able to do that, then a lot of material results will also come from others which the 8th house represents. 8th house represents the profit that you make, the gains that you make from other people's resources, other people's monies, other people's finances, other people's energy. So, if you are able to create that bond, if you are able to create the relationship, then you will be able to overcome all the challenges, issues, problems which the 8th house represents, and through the ability to create the strong bonds, there will be also stronger, longer longevity of the relationship, of the connection, and a lot of gains coming from others. Sudden gains, mysterious gains, unannounced gains also come to you if you are able to be true to the Taurus sign energies of patience, perseverance and being dependable and being able to use that to overcome challenges and issues and keeping the relations alive, keeping the relations and the bonds strong. Now, if the Taurus sign goes into the 9th house in the Navamsa chart, in the D9 chart, what is the 9th house about in the Navamsa chart, in the D9 chart? This is slightly different from the denotation of the D1 chart of the Lagna chart. The 9th house of the Navamsa represents what kind of relations you are using, bonds you are able to create, connections you are able to use through having a strong faith and belief in each other, strong faith and belief in relations, strong faith and belief in connection, and through those partnerships, through those bonds, keeping the faith in that bond, keeping the faith in that connection, then you are able to make gains of the 9th house. The 9th house is about not only the faith and belief that you have in religion, through your customs, traditions, in spirituality, but also in your faith and belief in relations, in bonds. If you have your faith and belief in bonds, in connections, you are able to balance them, create strong bonds, strong connection in your education, in your ability to learn from life. When you're going through different situations in life, what kind of strong bonds you are able to create, what kind of strong relations you are able to create, and then those lessons that you are able to create through those bonds, and then you will be able to grow the relationship further, make the bond stronger and have strong belief on and faith in the bonds. Then the results of the 9th house come to you, good gains come to you, higher ability to be able to get the manifestation of higher degrees, higher learning from life, going to foreign lands, being able to connect with different people, being able to have strong bonds with people across national boundaries will also come to you, but with the patience, the perseverance, the bullheadedness of Taurus energies, and also somebody who is very reliable in your connections, very reliable and very dependable in those bonds when you're connecting with people from across lands, in your connections through education, through higher qualification, and also through the different challenges, the higher learning that life puts you through. So, if you are able to be true, create those relations through those bonds, and with the patience, the perseverance, the bullheaded energy, the strong motivation of Taurus, then the gains of 9th house are almost given to you by the zodiac. You will be able to get not only a lot of gains through your education, but traveling far and wide, and also making strong gains with people from across national boundaries, and then through that be able to get all the materialistic gains that the Taurus sign represents. Now, if the Taurus sign goes into the 10th house in your D9 chart, in your Navamsa chart, what does the 10th house in your Navamsa chart represents? The 10th house of a Navamsa chart represents what kind of best output you will be able to get through your work, through your karma, through your career, but through your ability to make connections, through your ability to make better relations, through your ability to make strong bonds, which the Navamsa represents. The Navamsa represents your ability to create relations, connections, partnerships, bonds. So here the zodiac is telling you that if you are able to create strong bonds, strong connections at work, through the energies of the Taurus sign, being very patient, very reliable, very grounded, being somebody who will endure at work. So when work is given to you, high responsibilities is given to you, yet you are very patient, yet you are very dependable, yet you are very faithful to your bosses, you are very faithful to the output, you are faithful to your department, you are faithful to the industry that you are working, and you are very patient, you are very enduring, and you are very persistent, then very good material results will come to you. A lot of good increments will come to you, a lot of growth will also come to you, and you will also be able to rise in different designations also connected to work. And this is also very karmic placement, because what the zodiac is telling you is that your karma will be also manifested strongly through relations, through bonds, through partnership, through connection that you make, through how you are able to work, in your career. So if you are able to do that using the Taurus energies of being patient, persevering, being grounded, and being very dependable at your work, and being able to create the strong bonds and connections with people, with your colleagues, with your bosses, connected to how you are able to give a better output, then over a period of time great material results will also come to you, and a lot of good karmic results will also come to you over a period of time. Now if the Taurus sign goes into the 11th house of your D9 chart, the Navamsa chart. Now the 11th house in your D9 chart, the Navamsa chart, is slightly different from the 11th house of your D1 chart, the Lagna chart. The 11th house of your Navamsa is about how you are able to gain from your social connection, the network connections, and your ability to be able to give back to society, and to be able to give to higher, larger causes, and to be able to contribute to them, but through your ability to make connections, strong relations, strong bonds, strong partnership, which the Navamsa represents. The D9 chart represents the strong partnerships you are able to create, strong relations and connections you are able to make. So here the zodiac is saying the better relations you are able to make, the better connections you are able to make, the better partnerships you are able to make through the Taurus energies of patience, perseverance, being very dependable, being very reliable, and being somebody who is obedient, and being able to cater to what are the requirements of the social network, what are the requirements of the larger social network that you are able to create, the larger network you are able to make, the larger acquaintance you are able to make. And if you are able to do that, then through your ability to make those connections and being patient and being reliable, good material results will also come to you. Your wishes and desires will also come to you through your ability to make those connections, through your ability to make those partnerships in your social network, through your friends, in large organizations, and also working for large causes. So if you're true to large causes, working with people through those bonds with the Taurus energies, good strong material results will come to you, and a number of wishes and desires also will come to you when the Taurus sign energies goes into the 11th house of your D9 chart, the Navamsa chart. Now if the Taurus sign goes into the 12th house in your Navamsa chart, in your D9 chart, because the Navamsa is about relations, connections, bonds, partnership. So here the zodiac is telling you that without the ability to create relations, connections through the Taurus sign energies of being very patient, very reliable, very dependable, very grounded, and persevering through those connections, and be more giving, which the 12th house represents, to be somebody who is very large hearted, being very spiritual, which the 12th house connections mean. And if you are able to do that, then the larger material manifestations will also come, and you will be safe from the higher waste and excess which the 12th house represents. But because the Taurus sign energies goes into the 12th house in your Navamsa chart, which means that you may also be somebody who may be more giving in your relations, in your connections, but also somebody who likes the better life. You also like to indulge yourself in the better quality of life, the higher manifestations of life, and you would like to live it up. So you need to be more careful that not to be too materialistic. When Taurus sign energies goes into the 12th house, then you may indulge too much more than what you can afford. So if you are more patient, you are more persevering, if you are more balanced, then through your ability to make the strong connections, bonds, partnership, then you will not only be able to get more material gains, but also the intimacy which is connected to the 12th house, the bed pleasures connected to the 12th house, but also not only will you be able to make a lot of money and gains, material gains from foreign lands, foreign connections, working in MNCs, but also from spiritual causes, and also being more spiritual in your connections and being more patient in that. So if your Taurus sign energies in the 12th house, and if you're able to keep that balance in your relations, make those strong relations, connection, be more giving, then the zodiac will give back to you a lot of material gains, a lot of better quality of life, also will save you from waste and exchanges, will save you from waste and excesses, and also be able to give you better results over a period of time, not only connected to MNCs, foreign lands, but also through spiritual means. And this is the strong placement of the material gains, also connected to even moksha itself, because here the Taurus sign is going into the 12th house on your D9 chart, your Navamsa chart. So friends, now that we have talked about and discussed how the Taurus sign energies in the 12 houses and the Navamsa will give you different results, different manifestations. See what planets are going into the different 12 houses in your Navamsa, what are the doshas, yogas, conjunctions are being formed, and basis that flavor will also come in, and please connect them to what signs this particular house has in the demon chart, the Lagna chart, because that will also give you how both the signs will come together and will manifest a stronger overall energy to be able to give you the best results, the best material results. The Taurus sign energies goes into the 12th house in the 12 houses in the Navamsa chart, in the D9 chart. So friends, like this video, share this video, and if you're looking for a personal consultation from me, please reach out to me at the link given below. Until some other time with some other video, this is your friend astrology and guide Irfan signing off. Ciao.